Hello everyone, it's been a while. I have a Bilock Exclusive. This is keyless. I had to decode it myself, but it's not too terrible of a lock, especially once you know what you're doing. Oopsie, that's the sound of my pinning tray. My desk is a bit messy at the moment, as it always is, actually. The Exclusive is differentiated from the normal Bilock. Let's see if I've got one on my desk at the moment. I should. Well, I'm bad at this whole being organized thing, huh? I swear I had one. I did. Sorry. It's differentiated from a normal Bilock by the fact that there are face pins. You see, if I use this pick, I can prod these in. That just provides a bit of extra key control. It's not actually a particularly difficult anti-pick mechanism. So I'll use this 1.2mm pry bar on the left side, and we'll pick it open, hopefully. Now, as I said, I did need to map this out completely to be able to get it to control. But interestingly, getting it to control is not as easy as just simply setting things to the correct gate, because Bilock sliders have a potential to have two gates right next to each other. Now, you'll see what I mean when I get this gutted, maybe. I haven't actually gutted it, so I'm not sure if my suspicion is true or not. But I think what we'll see is something very interesting to do with pin 5 on the right side. But for now I just have to get everything set. As I'm sure you guys know from picking any Bilock, if you have, it's kind of a pain to decode, but it's not horrible. There are definitely locks that are more challenging in terms of skill ceiling involved in picking it, but the Bilock is never an easy pick, so to speak. Speaking of it not being an easy pick, I'm not sure what I'm missing. Here we are. Okay, so we got the open, but you'll notice when I try and pull the core, it doesn't come out. Why is that? Well, I've done half the battle, and half the battle was on the left side with pin 3. I found that out after I experimented by setting 10 of the 12 pins to be at, I overset it basically on purpose, 10 of them, before I found out that the left one on 3 can go to a max lift. That's the operating one, but the minimum lift is the control one. And we'll see as I fail to get it out. Oh, are you joking me? Oh my goodness. There we are. I'll have to put it back into the housing later, obviously, but here we are. It's not the easiest lock to gut ever, it seems, and it's very gunky. I got it off of Do Not Duplicate, and obviously this has not been cleaned, or presumably opened. According to him, at least. He hasn't tried to open this before, so we're the first in. Potentially. I'll just show you now. There are 12 sliders in here. And all will be unmastered except for 2, to my thought process. Technically, according to D&D, the spec sheet says that you should have at least 4 control pins required, but laziness prevails. And cost. Laziness and cost are obviously the two biggest factors in not having something go to spec. You can think about locksmiths and their seeming hatred of getting ASA twin top pins correct for the milling. But to be honest, the internals are actually quite untouched. Like, these springs do not look touched at all. You can see this seems to have come from a pinning kit because it still has all of these, the blue on it. At least some of them do. So maybe this was made not factory by someone at some point. You can see that there's anti-drill here at the front plate. Normally, I think that it's actually here. I'm not sure why it's at the front, but I might be wrong. The front pins do not come out, and I don't really want to mess with them, so... Oh, well, I presume that they don't come out, and I don't really want to mess with them. I won't use this hook, I'll use this one to take out the pins. Pin 1 on the left side. I'll put the left side on top. And again, I'll show you a close-up of how this lock actually works after this. My hands are a bit shaky, aren't they? Bloody hell. Pin 2. Left side. This gutting is going to take 5 times longer than the actual pick. Pin 3. Pin 4. Pin 5. Pin 6. You can probably see on my finger all of the residue left by my pick on my finger. That's what you get for, 2 hours of decoding. Now we can just do from the left side pin, the right side rather. Pin 1, pin 2, pin 3, pin 4, pin 5, if it'll come out, and pin 6. Okay. I'll show you the core immediately, and then I'll show you the pins. So the core, just like a normal Bilock, has the fingers, but you'll notice that maybe they're a bit longer, and especially as you get to the back, they're longer. I actually don't know why they get longer at the back. I don't know. Huh. Because I'm squeezing it with roughly equal pressure, and then it seems that the back ones are longer. Maybe that's just a trick of the perspective for me, though. Not sure. I mean, it doesn't matter either way. You saw that control definitely works compared to operating. Again, the face pins, these are sprung. You saw that they unset a bit. They act a bit tapered, but it's not too hard. There's no false gates on them. So let's take a look at these pins. The pins, you'll notice all of them, 10 of them will have a true gate and then a false gate. And the false gate is slightly shallow. True gate on these go through. However, we had 2 control pins. Sorry, let me orient these correctly. And that was this one and pin 3. Pin 3. Is this correct? Hold on. Let me take a look at my pin 3 here. Pin 3. So you'll see pin 3 has 2 gates here. One goes all the way through, And one is, it looks false, but it's actually true. It's quite a bit deeper than the other false gated pins like this one, for example, which is just surface level. Whereas pin 5 on the right side, which was the only pin that I didn't actually fully map out because I wasn't getting feedback for a second gate. So I was thinking, well, as you can see, based on how you push it up, first will come the gate that does not have control, and then if you push it a little further, you'll get the gate with control. And that's why we needed to pull on the core to sort of bind that pin and then let it come forward. Yes, that's the Bilock Exclusive. 10 minutes, that's pretty quick. Other than that, thank you all for watching. I will come back with a few more videos. I have some locks I really want to pick on camera for some people because I've had them on loan for a while and I need to send them back. So yes, hopefully this will be followed by a string of other videos, but other than that, thank you everyone for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day.